Evening, everyone. It's 6:53, and this is your closing comment. We had a whole bunch of stuff today, lots of earnings, and a very strong market. The Dow finished up 424 and a half, or 1.35, with the NASDAQ substantially less considering how far it's come down. It was up 132, or roughly 1%. S&P up 44, 1.14. The big winner, of course, was the Russell up 53.07, 2.38%. And the Dow Jones Transports 227.44, up 1.7%. Let me give you a little bit of a rundown about what happened here today. Reopening stocks were up. So all of the airlines and cruise lines, which of course also helped Boeing. Financials were up with interest rates slightly firmer. Energy was up. Pot stocks were up. Tilray was 29.5, up 470, or 19%, and its partner in the merger, APHA, 2065, up 259, or 14%. We bought some Walmart calls, the regular monthly March 138s at $1.35 to $1.37, which is right where they closed, $1.35. But the big excitement was in the meme stocks. And by those, of course, I mean GameStop, COS, and AMC. To give you an idea, at 3 o'clock, GameStop was $52, which was up on the day, but only slightly. At 4 o'clock, it closed 91.71, up 46.74, or 103%, and it had been stopped for volatility several times and was not going to reopen during regular hours. However, it did reopen in the late extended hours and moved from 91 to 200. At 5 o'clock, it was 200, and currently it's 167, which is up an additional 76 from the close, and that would be, let's see, 176 from 55, up 120, or up about 200%. COS was up at 18 and 44, up 654 at the close, and it managed in late hours to trade up to 2804, up 1614. So another in excess of 100%. And AMC, which started up yesterday a bit, and even the day before a little, managed to close today 1069, up 295. As I mentioned, on the news side, we had Boeing up with the rest of the reopening stocks, 229.34, up 1722, or 8.1%. And J&J on the news that it looks like Friday it will get its vaccine approval for emergency use. The stock closed 162.59, up 215, or 1.3%. If Pfizer is any indicator, Friday, when it gets approved, should be a sell-off. Buy the rumor, sell the news, because that's the way it has been. And Pfizer is around 34, which is actually lower than it was when it made the announcement of its 94% efficacy. Johnson & Johnson's is substantially less than that. The stock, Pfizer, ran up to 41, and as I said, it's actually lower than where it was when it started. Okay, Teladoc had a miss on earnings and a beat on revenue. The stock had closed at 308, down about 235, and in the late hours traded all the way down to 238.40, down 1760. It trades between 254 and 238, so it was interesting. It was up early and then finished down 17. Booking.com beat top and bottom line. The stock had closed 24.43 and a half, up 84.13. On the news, it popped up as high as 25.25, so roughly another 80, but then turned tail and came back down, and actually the last is 24.40.02, and that's 348 lower than it was at the close. Viacom beat top and bottom. The stock had closed 65.60, up $1.23. After the news, it traded as high as 67. Last was 66, up $1.63, and actually just 40 cents better than it was at the close. NVIDIA also up on the day, 579.96, up 14.28, beat top and bottom, traded as high as 599.65, so roughly another $16 or $17, so up 30, and it too sold off, and the last on it was 565.75, which was up just 7 cents and about $14 lower than it was at the 4 o'clock close. Chart on the screen is the Bitcoin, and it looks like it was a pretty tame inside day here, if you can call a range of, at the low, 47,000, and at the high, 51.3. If you can call $4,300 a tame day, that's what it had. It closed up on the day by 14.75, and tonight is trading 500 higher, so it seems to be calming down just a little. The gold was down about 8 today, giving back almost all of its rally from Monday. So yesterday it was down a little, today it was down a little. The dollar was dead even, unchanged, 90.17, and the bonds, which we are long, unfortunately, were down 20-30 seconds, but actually they were down 1 and 20-30 seconds during the day, so they closed towards the high end of the range after taking back about 60% of the loss. And tonight, let's just take a quick look. They are currently up for 30 seconds, so not much change, but slightly higher. And that's about it, folks. I mean, it was tomorrow ought to be another very interesting day with all of these meme stocks moving at the same time. And what was really interesting about this was that while all this was going on, Reddit was actually having a system failure and was shut down. So Robinhood, nobody came and said you can't buy them, you can only sell them, or you can only buy 2 shares or any of that. So the system seems to be back in working order, but we'll see. With a range of 50 to 200, I'm going to guess there's going to be plenty of action tomorrow in GameStop. Have a good one, folks, and be careful out there. It's tough.